Hi, my name's Tammie Alexander, and I am here to start presenting a series of YouTube videos that will hopefully help spread information about crystals, crystal healing, herbalism, head witchery, basically all that fun stuff I'm into. I had a very interesting start. I wasn't always the mad hippie you see before you. I actually started out as a medical scientist. I went through university, did research, including like actual scientific research involving a lot of rats. That wasn't fun. I was the vegetarian that was involved with the whole lot of rats. Yeah, anyway. So I was hoping to cover a series of sort of subjects, different bits and pieces that people might be interested in, as well as having a questions and answer section, which luckily somebody has already asked me a question. So today I am hopefully going to be covering something that most women will tend to sort of somewhat know about, but I think the as a concept is a much more, I don't know, not covered as much anyway. Mainstream media certainly doesn't like to touch it. Oh my god, periods. Yes. In the spiritual community, a lot of people tend to call it red tent. So the whole idea of symbolically going into your red tent to come away from the world, embrace what it is to be a woman, and sort of, it's one of those things that's kind of covered in sacred sexuality and the like. So today I'm going to cover a few crystals that I used to be of aid in when you're going through the red tent, when you're in your red tent phase, as well as when you are, going into it and coming out of it as well. So first of all, I'd like to cover chrysocolla. Chrysocolla is very much a stone of the goddess, so the divine in all of us. It really helps with PMS and period pain, especially as it's known to balance out moods. Yeah, we kind of need that. So this here is a piece of chrysocolla. This is actually natural chrysocolla in matrix. So you can see where there's got that main sort of specimen over the top of the brown matrix behind it. Or browny, grey, yeah, colours. Anyway, so yeah, that's a perfect little specimen there. You can obviously also get it in tumbles and everything else like that. Next is moonstone. Moonstone, obviously named after the moon. It's thought to hold the light of the moon because it has that sort of iridescence to it. It's one that's very much associated with the moon cycles, and as thus can help normalize the cycles of a woman. So it helps normalize your own cycles to what it once would have been when connected more to the moon and to nature. This here is actually a piece of rainbow moonstone. I don't think the webcam is actually going to pick it up, but normally this has a bit of a sort of sheen to it, a bluey sheen to it. You can see like a glint going across it. So that's one of the most beautiful ones. Unfortunately, not all of them are that glamorous when we're going through our period. Next up is red jasper. Red jasper is very much a stone of the root chakra. Thus the sexual organs are located in that area and everything like that. It's also related to libido and passion and strength. But one of the most important things of it also promotes overall health of the sexual organs. I've got here a piece that actually has hematite running through it, because I think to combine it with the hematite is also of great use because of the iron content. Hematite's one of the stones that is used to regulate iron, blood, everything like that. So combining it with the red jasper for the red tent period is a wonderful thing. Yeah. Next up is selenite. Once again, connected with the moon. It is one that also seems to have like the light of the moon and everything like that. It's associated with angels as well, but yeah, angels. Angels ain't going to cut into it when you're, raging PMSy. So, once again, the selenite helps to connect with the moon cycles and sort of normalize those cycles, especially if you tend to be a little bit out of whack. Otherwise, it's also great for like aiding with bloating, apparently. So I like that idea. As well as with PMS, once again, sort of helping you with controlling your moods and everything like that. So this is selenite. I'm not sure that will pick up the proper sheen on it, but you can see it's a very pretty stone. It's actually got like fibers, like a fiber optic cable, and so thus it can actually transmit light in that sort of manner, which is kind of a cool thing. Not really going to help the period, but kind of cool. Last one I'm going to cover today is red tiger eye, otherwise known as oxide. It also really helps to balance the moods, and especially anger. So if you tend to be a rather aggressive PMSy person, then then the red tiger eye is a great one to go for. It's also a root chakra crystal, so once again, everything to do with your sexual organs and normal, wonderful health thereof. This is the red tiger eye, and this is actually going to pick it up really cool. See? Woo! That's actually asbestoid fibers, which gives it that, I think it's like the chatoyance, iridescence. It's probably a more specific word, and I'm just not thinking of it right now. But yeah. And once again, the red tiger eye quite often does occur in conjunction with the hematite. It's quite often in conjunction with hematite and red jasper. This one actually has a little piece up the top. You can see it just over there. Wow. And then there's like a little tiny bit of red jasper up there. So this is kind of like the perfect piece. Here you go. Here is your perfect period piece. Moving on. That's going to be pretty much everything for the red tent side of things. I am going to later cover the herbs that can be of use when in the red tent state, and for periods and normalizing the cycles. Not today, however, because that's going to go on far too long. Anyway, question and answer time. One of my lovely people on Gypsy Mischief on Facebook, which is my actual, like, my sales group, you can find it on Facebook, yeah, asked me, how do I store my crystals? Now, as you can see behind me, there is a whole lot of crystals actually stored up on this shelf. There's a bunch of little boxes and bits and pieces, but we'll ignore those. That's all of my spell working stuff, including, wait, giant selenite lamp. That's a good one. Anyway, so a lot, yes, absolutely, I do have out just on display for anybody to see. However, a lot of them are light sensitive, so I can't keep them out. There's ones like this box right here, which contains dioptase. And I definitely would not like that to be out in the sun, because it would lose all its value and it would not be as cute. And yeah. Otherwise, other alternatives include things such as, I have amazing boxes like this. These are perfect. Crystals especially really like to be in like what they consider a sacred space. So if you value your crystals and things like that, you then place a value on what's around them. In here, I actually have my enormous Lemurian seed crystal. This one is amazing. I have woken up randomly in the middle of the night holding this, gently clutching it while I have crazy dreams of far off places. So basically any kind of box that you find appropriate. They especially love sort of the native wood ones. Oak is a particularly sacred wood, so that would be perfect, as well as ash, for instance. They would create absolutely perfect boxes for something like that. Otherwise, if you're talking about a more daily nature, I find things such as like natural cotton bags. These are just really, really easily made, bought, all of the above. Which are great because you can actually, you know, store multiple crystals in there and carry it around in your pocket or bra, which most people do anyway. So I find that's kind of the best options. Otherwise, you tend to sort of lose them. I lose track of the amount of times I've taken off a bra and pinged them across the room. I have shot people with garnet. So not wholly a recommended thing to do. Other than that, crystals, just if you need to actually store them for a long period of time, one of the nicest things to do is sort of cleanse them beforehand. Just make sure that there's no residual energy sort of sticking around, and then you can actually put them away in a nice box or a velvet cotton bag, something like that. And then if you need to every now and then, just take them out again, remind them that you still care for them, that you still value them, that you still need them for your various purposes, but just not right now. It does help a crystal to sort of remain in a positive mindset. I believe it was Nikola Tesla who described each and every crystal as having a spirit. it's kind of all about keeping that spirit happy as well. Weird concept, I know, but they really do. They get cranky otherwise. So I hope that answers most of your questions. I am always looking for other questions, so feel free to do it in the YouTube comments or in Gypsy Mischief on Facebook or 3 Marigna on Facebook or Instagram. I have really nailed the social media thing now, right? Anyway, so that is pretty much it for today. Thank you very much for listening. That was amazing. And I will be back very soon to comment more and to present more information and show you more amazing crystals, hopefully. Bye!